All my life, I thought that stuffed animals were cute, cuddly friends that keep you company and help you sleep soundly at night. But after watching the movie Doll Shark, I no longer know what to believe. Are you the one who's been evading my taxes, Charles? This guy. I hope he's okay. In order to become a full-time member of the YouTube commentary cult, one has to review a terrible low-budget movie. So, after a lot of intense research, really bad movies, I stumbled upon the movie Doll Shark. I know what you're probably thinking. This is a movie about a female shark in the 1920s. Hey, doll, wanna go to Poseidon Pictures tonight?
No, Jared. I know what you did with Cynthia last night. You've been swimming around and touching other fins.
Well, if you thought that, you'd be very wrong. Awkward. How embarrassing for you. No, Doll Shark is a horror movie about a stuffed animal shark that comes to life and goes on a killing spree. And trust me, it is as scary as it sounds.
Very scary.
The movie opens on some of the most cinematic and beautiful shots I've ever seen. It really sets the tone for the rest of the movie. So it becomes apparent very early on that there was a very low budget for this film. In fact, you could call it a no-budget film practically, because they didn't even have the budget to go film at the actual ocean. Instead, they used stock footage the whole time, and they didn't have the budget for rain effects either, or lightning. As you see, they changed the brightness of the stock footage to make it look like lightning. But in this opening sequence, we witness a shark hunter who's waiting for the perfect time to strike a killer shark who's been on the loose.
I've been hunting the devil shark for days, slowly, methodically, stalking it, much like a shark does its prey. This is no ordinary shark, though. I'm convinced it's possessed by something dark.
He's so dedicated to his post that he wedges his feet in the boards of the dock permanently. Wow. That's a man who still cares about work. There are so many things about this opening sequence that I love for how terrible they are that I can't list them all, but I'll list a few. First of all, that pole he's holding to kill the shark with is not nearly long enough to even reach over the dock that he's supposedly standing on. You know, the PNG that he's standing on. Secondly, the narration is perfectly over the top and dramatic.
It's killed several locals, including 2 children, plucked from life while swimming on the beach. I take that personally. I have a child of my own.
I've been hunting this shark for several days. I'm very cold and wet even though my clothes seem to be dry. Also, my pole is not long enough to strike the shark. Maybe that's why my wife left me.
Unfortunate divorce understanding unlocked.
True story. Oh, and also the shark has electricity, of course.
Sinister.
Shark go bzzz. So it turns out that the man on the dock is actually our main character Kirby's divorced father, and he's been paid to hunt this deadly shark, which he does so pretty easily.
Die, you devil fish!
Yeah, that about does it. That was easy. I have props today that I found around my room. Look at this quality of video you're getting. You comment a bunch, you get props. You get props, people. Yes, sorry. I didn't know that would be loud. I'm honestly not sure why they paid him specifically to do this job. As far as evil sharks go, this one seemed pretty easy to kill. And it doesn't seem like he had any particular expertise. And you might be wondering, well, how do we know the shark is evil? Just because it killed a couple of kids doesn't mean it has a sense of morality like a person, right? Well, not to worry. The directors made sure we would know it was evil because after the dad removes a tooth from the shark, it lets out a little evil laugh. Imagine being the dad in this moment. My freak son is gonna love this tooth that killed 2 children. What the fuck? Why are you laughing?
Who, me?
Yes, you. I just killed you with a very blunt object. Oh, stop it.
Sorry, I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. Okay, I'll die now.
Thinking he completed the job, the dad sends his son a stuffed animal shark from his favorite show, See Shark Swim, while talking to himself in a very normal way.
See Shark Swim. This is from my son's favorite TV show. He's going to love it. And this will bring him luck.
I'm not really sure why the dad thinks the tooth is gonna bring his son good luck, considering it helped kill 2 children. And it's also really weird that he just shoves it into the shark and the son doesn't even know it's there. But in case you're wondering, well, how did the package get to his son? Not to worry, we get to watch him seal the whole package and take it to the post office. I would have been so confused if I didn't watch him drop it off. How else would it get to his son unless I see it? At this point in the film, we are introduced to Kirby's mom, who is a very convincing alcoholic.
Looks like your deadbeat dad remembered he still is a kid. Wish he was that timely with his alimony payments.
Kirby, I'm so fucked up right now. I'm like so drunk. I'm gonna hold on this bottle for the rest of the movie.
Now, Kirby is a nice, quiet kid who's mistreated by pretty much every adult in the movie. It's pretty sad to watch, actually. And after watching him struggle with this package for a whole 45 seconds, Kirby is ecstatic to have received the stuffed animal from his favorite TV show, which he proceeds to go and watch. Except the show isn't really a show, it's just a 30-second song that feels like it was improvised on the spot.
See shark swim, watch out for his big gray fin. He's your friend, he's my friend if you want him to. See shark swim, he's happy and likes to sing. Join him in the water for a real fun time.
Real fun time.
See shark swim, he's cute and he always wins. Flashing and laughing, waving his great big tail. See shark swim, 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 swim. Heading your way right about now.
Right about now. And Kirby is entranced. I mean, he is practically hypnotized by this show. And we find out later that it's on 24 hours a day. And Kirby watches it whenever he can. He just sits on the couch like,
See shark swim, he's happy and likes to swim.
Honestly, the most exciting part of this movie is the fire intro credits song. Which ends up going on for entirely too long. On his first night with the shark, Kirby has some disturbing dreams that very unsubtly predict/foreshadow what's going to happen later in the movie, all the horrific deaths that are going to occur. Understandably, Kirby is disturbed and he wakes up in a panic, except for some reason they decided to play the same clip of him waking up and gasping twice in a row. It'll never not be funny to me. In the morning, Kirby finds his mother passed out on the couch with her trusty bottle of wine, but he reacts in a way that makes it seem like it's just kind of like a silly, goofy thing she did.
Oh, Mom.
No, Mom. Not again. That's just Mom being Mom. As the day continues, Kirby notices that something isn't quite right with his stuffed shark. The first thing he notices is that it seemingly took bites out of donuts when he was turned around. Which I think is such a funny detail. Like, the killer shark has a taste for 2 things:
Human flesh
and sugary treats.
Hey, can a shark indulge in a nice pastry every now and then? Come on!
There's also a scene where Kirby goes outside with his shark and he's playing with it, and then a very aggressive dog on the loose comes charging at him. And when I say aggressive dog on the loose, I mean a dog that's clearly attached to 2 leashes and very happy and friendly. But regardless, Kirby runs inside and drops his shark because he's scared of the charging dog, and the shark bites the dog on the neck. So that by the time Kirby comes back outside, he finds it on the ground with some very realistic blood. Hey, what are you doing eating fries and ketchup without me, Mr. Shark? After this, Kirby is once again brain rot maxing to See Shark Swim.
See shark swim, he's cute and he always wins. Flashing and laughing, waving his great big tail.
when his mother breaks the news to him that she'll be going away for a few days because
Mama horny.
not only is Kirby upset that his parents are not together anymore, but he also finds out that his least favorite babysitter is going to be watching him for the next few days.
Sit up straight, would you?
Oh my god.
Now, Kirby hates Lila, and honestly, he is so justified.
I don't like you. That's a stupid toy. Aren't you a little too old to be carrying around stuffed animals? Your dad? I'm surprised he still knows where he went. Of course, if I had a kid like you, I'd skip town too.
Lila's only purpose in this movie is just to bully and terrorize Kirby.
Whatever, creep.
Why does she call him a creep? That's such a weird insult to use on like a 6-year-old. So Lila and Kirby continue to not get along, and later that night Lila makes Kirby go to bed, which he is not having.
Mom lets me stay up late on Friday. We can stay up late and watch sea sharks swim.
We're gonna watch sea sharks swim, Lila. It will be a really fun time. You'll see. But eventually Kirby listens and goes to bed, and Lila heads downstairs to call her friend to talk about hooking up with guys. All the while, she is making a peanut butter sandwich.
Making the sandwich.
Not PB&J, just peanut butter. Meanwhile, Kirby's stuffed shark falls on the ground and transforms into its true evil form. And it goes off to terrorize the neighbors next door, who are out for a night swim. And we get this hilariously awkward scene before they are attacked where this woman is trying to get her presumably partner to get into the swimming pool with her.
Come on in.
And he does not want to.
The view's just fine from here, thanks.
But then she says one thing that makes him do a complete 180.
Who's gonna help me find the rest of my swimsuit?
Okay, fine, where do I change?
It's so funny to me that he's that desperately horny that he changes his mind that quickly. I don't want to get in the pool. No. Count me out. Wait, you're gonna get naked? Count me in. While all this is happening, we keep cutting to POVs of the shark making his way to the neighbor's pool, and eventually it makes its way to the shed where the man is changing into his swimsuit. And when he sees the shark, he's super confused.
What the hell is that?
I love the idea that he's never seen a shark or stuffed animal before. He even calls it a weird pool toy.
That is one weird pool toy.
Like he's never seen anything like it before. What is this alien technology I am beholding right now? Neat. Hope it doesn't kill me. It's so funny to me to imagine the person who had to control the shark for these scenes just behind the camera like, it's really vicious. It's killing you. It's not soft. It hurts. How much am I getting paid? Oh, nothing? Great. Once again, the shark does its evil laugh to let us know it's evil as it devours this man's face for no reason. And then later it kills the woman in the pool, but the music makes it feel like what the shark is doing is cool as fuck. All of the shots of this woman getting killed by the shark are hilarious because you can clearly see that the director just told her to flail around in the pool and we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. But it's very clear that there's nothing attacking her. Oh, there's fake blood on the screen? Never mind, my bad. She must have gotten killed by a shark. The following scene is a very confusing montage of the ocean and the cops showing up to investigate the scene, where we get all these weird voiceovers of people gossiping about the murders, and also this random voiceover of the dog owner admitting to the fact that he neglects his dog.
Hey, where are you, boy? I know I forgot to feed you this morning and last night and, well, yesterday morning too, but I got some food for you now.
So the inspector, who you can tell is an inspector because of his sweet sunglasses and very clear uniform, comes to question Lila. And Lila gives pretty much no helpful information, but instead decides to throw out the fact that
I think they're swingers, actually.
Just in case he needed to know that. Then the inspector hands her his card, which looks like a generic playing card. And then he heads off.
They were butchered. Have a nice day.
What a crazy thing to say to someone. Yeah, the people next door were brutally murdered. I mean, just completely dismembered. Have a great day! Oh, and in case you're wondering, Kirby's still watching Sea Sharks swim. Except this time they have him singing along, except he's not singing the same song at all.
He's your friend, he's my friend if you want.
Which makes me think that they made this poor child actor improv a song about sharks, and then they made something up in post that they thought kind of matched it. But Lila comes in and she makes him turn it off because they have to go get groceries, which makes Kirby the angriest I've ever seen him.
I'm watching TV!
Oh, and Lila's still insane, by the way.
If you keep acting up, I am going to spank you at the grocery store in front of everybody.
What? What the fuck?
So while Lila and Kirby are at the store, a burglar breaks into their home and proceeds to steal what seems like the most worthless items in the house. Oh, Lysol. That'll come in handy on the black market. I mean, there's so many other things he could have taken. He does stop to enjoy old donuts, though. Good donut. Back to robbing worthless items. Unfortunately for this bad burglar, the shark claims him as his next victim.
What the hell?
This seems like it must have been such an awkward scene for this actor to film because he had to scooch himself backwards while making it look like he didn't want to be dragged backwards. And also, the sound design is once again horrible because they dub over his groans and screams, but they clearly don't match his mouth at all. So after all this happens, Kirby and Lila arrive back home and Kirby sprints back inside to indulge his vice.
Do you hear me?
Yes!
Later in the movie, we do see a different segment of Sea Shark Swim, but it's this terrifying clown telling all the kids to make the show go viral.
You make this thing go viral!
Which, I don't really know how you do that on network television. I would never watch this show. It is terrifying. It's way scarier than the actual shark. Then the most genuinely horrifying part of this movie unfolds. Lila is on the phone with her friend, and they're trying to figure out how they can get together with these guys and all hook up, and she decides that she's going to drug Kirby's dinner so that he is asleep till noon the next day, so that she can have these men over and get it on.
The soup is great!
You know what, Kirby? Have as much as you want.
It's genuinely really disturbing. It's so much more disturbing than the horror stuff they try to pull off. But it's not really treated with the severity it should be. It's just kind of like, oh, she's trying to drug the kid. Ha, that's crazy. She's a bad girl. It's like, no, that is a crime. Meanwhile, Kirby's dad has an unexplained gut feeling, so he tries to get off work from his job where he, I guess, moves buckets. And he tells his boss,
I think my son is in danger. It's a gut feeling. Something's wrong.
And his boss is just like, okay.
Well, I can't go against a man's gut instinct.
So after Kirby is drugged and asleep, Lila invites her very evil friends over. And I say evil because they all know that she did this and they're cool with it. And she tries to throw away the shark plushie. But when she goes upstairs, she finds it waiting for her in the bed. Imagine the shark was actually trying to get with Lila this whole movie. Come to bed, baby. I don't bite. I'm soft as a slipper and strong as a shark. Slippery as one, too. But alas, the shark is there for one thing and one thing only. To kill Lila. Lila is so undeniably evil at this point that it's actually quite cathartic that the shark kills her. And it kind of makes me feel like the shark has been protecting Kirby instead of being the villain. Also, the blood effects get worse, which is so awesome. After this, Lila's friends come over and the shark kills them one by one. And at this point, I felt like I had started to lose my mind while watching this movie. The pacing was so unbelievably slow. So I put it on 2x speed and that helped a little bit. But finally, the movie reaches its climax, something Lila and her friends were never able to do. Hey-o! Up top! As the inspector finds all the bodies and battles the shark, which he is not very good at.
What the hell is that thing?
The shark's on the ground, you say? Well, I'm gonna shoot at the sky. And just when it seems like all is lost, the dad rushes in at the last moment and kills the shark with his blunt stick. And then he utters my favorite line of the movie because it is the most anticlimactic thing someone could say in this moment.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Back to my job stacking buckets. And that's pretty much the whole movie, except for there's a hint at a sequel. Honestly, as bad as this movie is, and trust me, it was terrible. I would rather people pursue their artistic and creative ideas and just go full force for them than someone not make them at all. It's so much lamer to not execute your ideas than to do so and wholeheartedly miss the mark. That being said, this movie was both painful and hilarious. I'm planning on doing some more elaborate / high concept videos, but I thought that with the way the news cycle has been the past 2 weeks and how dismal things feel, it might just be nice to laugh at something light and easy and escape for a little bit. So that's why I made this kind of video this week. If you want me to do more bad movie reviews, I will. Just let me know and I will suffer on your behalf. And remember, it's gonna be okay. Peace!